Overwatch developer Josh No made some comments on the state of the game yesterday, particularly on the topic of power creep, and now it feels like power creep is not a legitimate issue in Overwatch right now. And I made a video on this yesterday. This is a follow-up video to that one, so if you want to check that video out, I'll put a link in the description. But as expected, Josh's opinion was not very well received by the Overwatch community, especially pros, professional players who actually rely on this game and the balance of this game to make a living. Professional player Nero of the Guangzhou Charge was among that group of players that did not like Josh's comment, and he even commented saying he actually lost brain cells from reading his post. But Super from the San Francisco Shock was not a fan of Nero's tweet, saying that comments like these do nothing and make the developers want to communicate less with the community and pros less, because why would they want to talk to someone who throws insults at you publicly but go jump on the bandwagon and get those internet likes? He says, they're on our team too, you know. And plenty of Super's followers disagreed with him, saying that the reason Nero's post was so negative was because they've been asking for change for such a long time, and it's been this way for so long, and Blizzard, through it all, still has not done anything and still has not listened to the community. Then Nero followed up to Super's tweet saying it doesn't feel like they are, and that's in reference to Super saying that they're on our team, when clearly they don't listen to their feedback at all. But a user commented on the tweet and said that constructive feedback is really important, and the community knows this, but going at him instead of talking about it to him separately and then posting not directly attacking him for likes is really hypocritical. Super responded by saying it was to make a point. It wasn't meant to be directed at him, and there are plenty of pros and community members who did the same thing, and it doesn't accomplish the goal. It just pushes it back further. And Nero came back by saying it was definitely uncalled for, and he shouldn't be saying things like this to the dev team. It isn't constructive, but at the same time, it is my livelihood, and it is my job to play this game. And this is the type of response they give after months of feedback. Still shouldn't show my emotions online, he says. So I can definitely see both sides of each argument here. Super saying, hey, you're doing this all wrong. Just take a step back. Think about it for a second. We should be nicer to the devs, offer some constructive criticism if we want to see some change. And then you've got Nero's side, which is just him saying that he lost brain cells, which isn't particularly constructive, but at the same time, he's frustrated. This is this dude's livelihood. He just wanted to express his emotions. The man wants change, and obviously he's a professional player and should watch what he says online, but he wants things to get done, and this is his way of doing it. Even Monte Cristo chimed in saying, hey, Nero, I support you being critical, but there's a way to go about it, and you should push for good change rather than just yelling at Blizzard. And of course, this is where I ask you guys, what side you're on. You know, are you more on Super side or Nero side, kind of in the middle, or even with Monte Cristo where he's saying you can be harsh, but just offer something helpful if you're going to be doing that. And next up, Taimou from the Dallas Fuel, a player who's been benched for a long time, was recently picked up by Team Envy to play in Overwatch Contenders. He says, I could have stayed benched a whole year and got higher salary, but instead I want to pursue happiness. That is professional play again. Streaming's not it, 9 to 5 ain't it. Whatever game or league, I'm going to be playing until I'm 40 years old. Boomer. And I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with him, but Taimou was an amazing hit scan hero player. He has really good aim, but because of the meta for OWL Season 2, he was benched. The meta was GOATs, and I'm sure you all could guess that. It was GOATs, and he was not adapting to that change. So Dallas Fuel benched him, but kept him as a streamer. However, Taimou's like, no, this life is not for me. I don't like it. He doesn't want to be a streamer. He wants to return to Contenders and eventually OWL because that's what he finds happiness in. So he's willing to throw away the higher salary from being on the Dallas Fuel just as a streamer, you know, working a streaming job and, you know, probably making at least 50 grand a year, because I believe that is the minimum for OWL. He threw it all away just so he can go back to Tier 2 Contenders and fight his way back up. He made a huge tweet longer about how he was benched, saying it felt like a bad dream because this is all he's ever wanted. And I will leave a link to that in the description. It was actually a pretty interesting read, but it's really unfortunate to see how these OWL pros, these professional players, feel like they're missing their chance to actually compete in the OWL, so they switch to streaming. For example, Seagull and DeFran, unlike XQC, who played professionally and then switched to streaming and then was actually able to play professionally again. But it's a different story for Taimou because he's not satisfied with streaming. He wants to go back to OWL. He's willing to go all the way from Contenders with Team Envy just to climb his way back up, making less money and everything. This man has got the heart. Good luck, man. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all very soon in the next one. So have a great day and have an even better year. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.